What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. As you can tell, I got my cozy going on right now. I got my big old jacket. I got 2 layers of shirts on here. I'm nice and cozy, baby. I'm just going to talk what's on my mind. And let's see what you guys think about it. And I would like you to engage with me in conversation, especially if you disagree with me. And I think some of you will disagree with me with what I'm about to say. But anyway, this video was motivated by a clip I saw from a round table that consists of Tim Pool, who I don't like, Tucker Carlson, who I stopped liking because he sold out to the Tates, Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate, 2 traffickers, 2 pimps, you know, saying I can't stand their guts. But anyway, and James O'Keefe. What's up, James? Oh, I love you some James O'Keefe, dude. That's my boo. What's up, James? So that was like the only person at that table that I liked, because the other guys I don't know. So there was more than just those 3. There were like 3 or 4 other guys, but I don't know who they are. And so anyway, but I was here for James Keith all day, honey. Anyway, I don't like Tim Pool because Tim Pool is a grifter. Tim Pool is a coward. Tim Pool talks a lot of crap, and he hates being white. And this is one of the things that I've always called him out on. And he finally realized that, yeah, he is white, but he's now saying that he's mixed, which is true. But back in 2017, or maybe even 2016, I can't remember when I started calling him out, is when, you know, he would always identify or say that he was Korean. Now, I attended inferior ghetto school, but I know how to math. So he said that his father is all white. His mother is half white, half Korean. Well, see, I've been to some ghetto schools, but I do believe that makes you 75% white and 25% Korean. So if you are 25% Korean, how in the hell does that make you Korean? And then here go these clowns talking about something. No. He said he's half white. No. He admits this. To this day, he admits that he's only 25% Korean. So because we all, with my lead, by the way, been calling him out for pretending to be Korean, grifting as being Korean, he now, because he likes to play identity politics, because he likes to play the victim, he wants to be a member of the Oppression Olympics. He now refers to himself as mixed, which he is, so that he can sit up here and act like he's on another level. And this is my problem, by the way. I just want y'all to know that, here, come here. Come close to the camera, okay? It's okay to be white. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Listen, we're all mixed. If you have descendants of ancestors from this country, you're all mixed. Okay? None of you all are all Italian, all Irish, okay? Not even all black. If you're a descendant of slaves, you're mixed. Do you know when I actually did an Ancestry.com DNA test, what it was, Ancestry test? How many years was that? I think it was 10 years ago. Don't quote me on that. It showed that I was 24% Scandinavian. I forgot what percentage I have German. I have 1% Ashkenazi, and then I also have I think a very low percentage of Brit. I think it's UK. I gotta go look at it. Anyway, the total of European blood I have in me is about 32%. I'm not white though. So the rest of it, okay, is from West Africa and the Caribbean. And I think a couple of it is from South America. But that does not make me white. You understand? So I do not tell people I'm white because I'm okay being black. So this is why I don't like Tim Pool, is because he hates being white. If you're 75% white, you're white. Get over it, okay? And you're going to have these self-hating whites who are going to sit up here and clap like seals and say, he's right. He's not white. He's Korean. Anyway, so I just want to let you guys know, because I know somebody's going to ask me why I don't like Tim Pool. I mean, I could not like him for just his flip-floppy ways. He doesn't stay consistent. And a little coward is always looking for a civil war. He's going to be the last person to fight in it. But I digress. This is a very interesting dialogue, and I want to play it for you because this is going to set the mood for the video. This video might be a little long because I really want to get some thoughts out there based upon the discussion with this video. So let's go ahead and listen to it. And the clip is, well, it's not a clip. It's a long video, but I'm only going to play probably 1 minute of it. Let's listen.
I don't think the question is why are people putting up with it. It's right now, I think you'll find that this faction of people, whatever you want to call it, the right, I guess the media would refer to it as, are reasonable, calm, and trying to work within the their means to do things procedurally correctly.
I also think a lot of people, especially white Christians, they're resisting identity politics. They don't want to go to that next step, but that's where it's heading. I mean, it's going there quickly. I mean, white identitarianism is going to happen, and they want it to happen.
They're creating it, and I speak for myself as someone who's 54 and grew up in a totally different country. I don't want to identify as white. I don't even like...
And that's where you guys... That's where you're going to fail. But you know what? Tucker speaks on behalf of, I would have to say, a majority of whites. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be identified as whites while everybody else is identified. Tim Pool tried to identify as Korean until we called him out. Now he identifies mixed. So you got everybody identifying with their ethnicity, okay, or they're just blatant race. And white people are like, well, I see no color. We all bleed red. And this is where you lose. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why not get the benefits of identifying yourself as white? I understand that some take it overboard. Welcome to the club, dude. Okay, I'm black, and there are people within my race that take it to another level. You just call them out and keep it moving. But anyway, let's continue. How do I rewind this? Can I rewind this a little bit? Oh, wow, that messed it up.
Someone who's 54 and grew up in a totally different country. I don't want to identify as white. I don't even like thinking about that stuff. I like thinking about how people really are. I don't like thinking of them as members of groups.
Yep.
And they're pushing it. They're like, everyone has an identity. Everyone's a member of an identity group except the majority who are despised, and we're trying to make them into the minority, but you're not allowed to organize as a specific as your identity.
No, you are. You just won't. It's not like you aren't. You won't. And that's your fault. That's just literally, that's your fault and your problem.
And it's like, they're not only encouraging it, they're guaranteeing its emergence.
And financing it in Ukraine with our tax dollars. Essentially giving it to
now, this is interesting. By the way, I'm going to play a little bit of this because notice how this guy immediately gets off the subject. I want you to, hold on, let me see if I can rewind again. Okay, great. I don't know who this guy is, but he immediately takes the subject and deflects quick. I was thinking that this was a good conversation to have, and they're too cowardly to even have it. I'm like, wait a minute, you guys were on a roll. But the guy, the self-hating white guy, was like, oh, well, they're going to bring it in. How did you bring this in Ukraine? How did you bring Ukraine in this? The neo-Nazis, huh? The Nazis. How did y'all bring them into a conversation about white identity? Hold on, I'm going to show it to you, though. This is going to amaze you. Like, watch him hijack the conversation and then turn it into something else.
And financing it in Ukraine with our tax dollars, essentially giving it to a lot of right-wing organizations. But I want to go to James here because these are big implications. We're talking about a racist artificial intelligence that is going to have godlike power, that's going to be woke, that's going to push their own views of equity. They could do that in so many different manipulative ways. What was some of the biggest things that you saw in this latest drop, and what are the...
Okay. Hi, James. Hi, James. Anyway, did you see what the little coward did? I'm going to hijack the conversation, which was going well. I'm going to hijack the conversation, and we're going to turn it into Ukraine, and then turn Ukraine into AI. And you know what? I watched the rest of this, and they didn't touch the whole identifying as white identitarianism. And this is amazing to me. So this really made me angry. Because I'm like, why not have that conversation? Does it make you feel that uncomfortable? This is what I'm saying about you conservatives. By the way, those of you who are new to my channel, some of you are asking what my political position is. I am a right-winger. So if you're a conservative, I'm on your right, you're on my left. Okay. So check this out. So I was thinking here, like, hold on. So we have the census that show that the U.S. is diversifying because the white population is shrinking. And then, of course, in the Pew Review, this is a Pew Review paper that says explaining why minority births now outnumber white births. And I don't like this. I think this is a very, very bad thing. But, you know, what can we do? Because if white people are not having kids, and you all are sitting here being, I guess you can say, shameful, and you want to sit up here and constantly say, I don't see color. I see color. I see color really well, honey. Trust me, you should too. And I know you do, okay? Because it probably prevented you from being carjacked or home invaded. But look at this clown right here, okay? Potato and Chief. Joe Poopy Pants Biden. Y'all remember this clip right here, right? Listen to this. If you haven't heard this clip, then brace yourself. But I'm sure many of you have heard this clip before. And this is where he's like champion illegal immigration. This is where he claps for illegal immigration and a decline of the white race.
An unrelenting stream of immigration. Non-stop. Folks like me who were Caucasian of European descent, for the first time in 2017, will be in an absolute minority in the United States of America. Absolute minority.
Now, we know that didn't happen because 2017, wait a minute, he said 2017 is going to be a minority, right? I think that's what he said. Let me rewind that.
European descent. For the first time in 2017, we'll be in an absolute minority.
No. Thank God that didn't happen, baby. It is 2023, and about a week and a half, we will be in 2024. So it has not happened. But this clown sitting here celebrating this. This clown right here wants this to happen. And I'm like, I wonder why he was never called out. Why weren't there any consequences and repercussions? I forget how old this video is. If anybody knows, let me know in the comment section.
In the United States of America. Absolute minority. Fewer than 50% of the people in America from then and on will be white European stock. That's not a bad thing.
It's so much as a bad thing, you idiot.
That's a source of our strength.
White people being a minority is the source of our strength. Really? What? This woman right here, her name is Michelle Wu, and I'm sure you guys have heard of this clown before. She had a party where no white people were allowed. Now, we are used to Democrats being hateful towards white people. But here's the deal. I I don't know if they really are or they just basically virtue signaling. Hear me out. I noticed that a lot of women of color who are just blatantly racist against white people, I noticed a trend. Would you like to see the trend? Come on. Walk down this lane with me. Batshit crazy demon rats. Let's look at this. So she hates white people. She had a party that she defended where she invited nothing but people of color and no white. So she called it a no white holiday party. And she did have that. But here's something wrong. That her husband. I kid you not. This is her husband. Now, she's a demon, right, who don't like white people. This heifer right here, knee pads, Kamala, don't like white people. But look at who she got as a husband. Look at who this person got as a husband. And look at who this person has as a boyfriend. So I can go on and on. I could do this all day, honey. Here's what I don't understand. These women don't like white people, or they pretend to not like white people, or they're racist against white people, but they all got white husbands or they got white boyfriends. Let's just say they like the white meat. I don't blame them. I totally get it, honey. Okay, more filling, more nutritious, you know what I'm saying? Delicious. Hey, you know what I'm saying? White meat is the best part of the turkey. Okay, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal. Here's Donald Trump. And I got to say this because, you know what I'm saying, I don't want you guys to forget. Donald Trump, and this is what makes me angry about the right, is because you all forgot who put Donald Trump in office. I think even Donald Trump forgot who put him in office. And one of the things that made me angry about Trump, and by the way, just so you all know, I was one of the few Trump supporters. It was a very few of us, and a lot of people who are now on his side now did not vote for him in 2016. I voted for him in 2016. I wore the red MAGA hat when it wasn't edgy. Okay, people looked at us and just rolled their eyes or they shake their head in pity. But we didn't get nothing. Nobody attacked us, and they definitely ain't attacked me for it. It was just like, it was not the edge thing to do to be by Donald Trump's side. But so when Donald Trump got elected, I noticed he didn't really do anything for his kind, his race. But I know this makes you uncomfortable when I talk about that, because he did everything for the Latino Hispanics and of course the blacks. Oh my God, Donald Trump loved him some black folks. Okay. All right. He did everything except for the people that got him in office. And let me show you what I'm talking about. What did he do for you, white women? What did he do for you? And how is it that you all forgot that it was white women who got Trump in office? And these are the same stupid men who want to pretend that they're conservatives, but they're really red pill. Talking about some revoke the 19th Amendment, remove the rights for women to vote. But it was women, particularly white women, who got Trump in office. I am a little scared about the future of this country. And I have to even be careful the way I frame this video, how I'm going to talk about this video, how I'm going to name this video. Because I'm not afraid of the backlash against me by other blacks. It's going to be more white people that are going to give me the black backlash. I'm going to get a lot of pushback from whites. They're going to call me a race traitor. Now, don't get me wrong, black people give me a hard time, but I notice it just declined lately. I don't get that much hate from black folks like I used to. It's more coming from white liberals, and I know how to handle them, honey. But the thing about it is that what are white conservatives are doing besides going along to get along? Because you don't want to anger your liberal family. You don't want to make them mad. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think about that, but I'm not going to make a long rant about this video. I just want to say that I know a lot of you all are probably angry about what happened in Colorado, but don't be SCOTUS with our boy Clarence Thomas. It's going to get Trump back on the ballot. So, have no fear. But I also want you to understand that when are you all going to hold yourself accountable for the things you do and don't do? When are you all going to realize that you're going to have to start playing identity politics? But here's the deal. You got to do it the right way. You have some idiots who are the majority of the population of this country, but you want to blame 1.7% of the population for owning everything and basically dominating you. Do you understand how that makes you look inferior? Do you understand how that makes you look a little weak? So I will never embrace this whole narrative that 1.7% of the population, which is the Jewish population, is controlling over 60% of whites and everybody else. Come on now. White people are not weak. White people, for the most part, some of y'all are pathetic, but for the most part, you're not weak, you're not vulnerable, and you're just not that easy to be corrupted or controlled. And I refuse to think that you are inferior, that you would let a small minority dominate you. So I don't cater to the conspiracy theory. But I do know that you are too tolerant and too patient, and your compassion is being misplaced. Instead of you catering to other ethnic groups and races to come to the Republican Party or vote Republican, why don't you work on your own white family members or your own white friends? Saying that's liberal. Or are you really ashamed and you don't want to trigger them? See, I don't have any white liberal friends. I don't have any liberal friends in real life here in Georgia. Now, I have some acquaintances in the United States, but when it comes to Georgia, people who I see on a daily basis, and people who I call my friend, like my best friends, they are all right-wing or they are registered Republicans, but they're not liberals. And I am the one that that they have to watch to bring around their liberal friends because I don't put a filter on. And I know they're going to say, well, you can get away with it when I'm black. Why is that? Seriously, why is it that I can get away with it because I'm black, but you can't and it's your house? That's because you care too much and you want to get along to go along. And to go along to get along. You just want to go with the flow so you don't ruffle those feathers. And I'm sorry, they don't play that game. I don't either. When are you going to learn how to do the same thing? Anyway, that's all I got to say with this video. This video don't really have anything to do with any current events, but it was something I saw based upon this discussion. Hi, James. And I just wanted to talk about it. But let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Love to hear what you got to say. And please don't come with your fee-fees. If you come here with your fee-fees, I'm just going to ban you. I'm sorry. I'm not putting up with that. Come with your arguments and or your proof or whatever, and we can have a nice, reasonable discussion like those of us normally do on the right. I will see you all on the next video. Later, taters.